afternoon, and it's glad to have you join us on our weekly news program from the territory on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. It is another opportunity to keep you up to date on news stories from the communities within the Federal Capital Territory. I am Aisha Uba Ali, your uncle. And before we take you to those communities within the FCT with stories, let's take some reports. Christians have been encouraged to look unto Jesus in any situation and to shun all evil tendencies at all cost. Asaba Williams reports that Pastor Femi Larry of Jesus Praise Church made the call to worshippers during Sunday sermon.
It was a service of thanksgiving and praise to God as members worshipped God in fullness of joy. Pastor Femi Lanre enjoined worshippers to live a life of example as they are the salt of the earth.
We must have the attribute that makes us salt and attribute that makes us the light. When we fail to bring this attribute, then we are failed in our responsibility and calling as believers in Christ. So the mark of our Christianity is tailored to we being salt the earth. Salt we preserve, salt we give taste. So we're to bring taste to this world, we're to bring preservation to this heart, and we're to bring light to be an example. That is the calling of Christ upon us as followers. So if we fail in any of this responsibility, then we have failed the obligations as Christians.
The message was the same at the Cherubim and Seraphim Movement Church, where Apostle Anthony Bodunri urges Christians to remain steadfast in the kingdom race.
Speak of our lesson today, test of faith. We are in already. The Lord will deliver us. The Lord will restore this country, and it will be better for us again.
If you have faith in Christ, if you love your neighbors just as God, Jesus Christ loves all of us, and we have strength in Him, then we have conquered everything.
Jesus, He can do everything for you. There is nothing impossible with Him.
Song renditions were made to God for keeping them till the last quarter of the year 2023. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Thank you, Asabe. The FCT National Population Commission has continued to reach out to relevant stakeholders in anticipation of the rescheduled National Population Census. This time, it took advocacy visit to the Nigerian Army Headquarters Garrison, Mogadishu, Asokoro, soliciting partnership. Charity Zaka has the report.
With preparation still on course for the rescheduled National Population Census, the FCT National Population Commission, led by the Federal Commissioner, explains the need for a Logistics Security Committee, which requires partnership with the Nigerian Army Headquarters Garrison for security backup.
The aim of coming here today is to formally inform you, seek your consent, cooperation and collaboration to help to serve on the committee. The aim of why we want you on the committee is to give us security backup, support us in the area of your discipline.
Commander Army Headquarters Garrison Mogadishu Cantonment responds with a commitment to giving necessary support with the right engagements.
One of the major pillars of the Chief of Army Staff is in the area of cooperation with relevant agencies. So it is a given that whatever you need to do, whatever your commission needs to do that require our support, you will have it 100%. So I want to assure you that now.
With a wide range of what a country stands to gain from conducting a census, the Commission is hopeful of a fruitful outcome with preparations put in place. Charity Zaka, NTA News.
Census very important in planning, and that takes us to the report for Nigeria to be peaceful and attain the status of a secured society. Its citizens must respect societal norms and human rights. That was assertive view of Professor Jamiu Raji during the 31st inaugural lecture series of Nasarawa State University, Kefi Nguse Pere reports.
Nigeria, like other African countries, is grappling with security challenges for some time. That narrative will change for better, as Professor Jamiu Adedoyin Raji of Faculty of Law, Nasarawa State University, Kefi, poses during his inaugural lecture that insecurity-free Nigeria can be attained if Nigerians learn to tolerate societal norms and values.
We should respect our human rights. We should not trample on our rights. And human rights respect and promotion is for the development of the country. Where there are conflicts, if we resolve it and we are all settled, of course, we will like ourselves, we will react, interact with ourselves, and that will aid development. Because where there is no peace, there will be no development.
Vice Chancellor of the institution, Professor Suleiman Bala Mohammed, applauded the inaugural lecturer for the professed topic, which he said will be beneficial to the school and the country as well.
The lecturer was talking about human rights, and he has done an excellent presentation.
The topic of the inaugural lecture is human rights norms, values and practice as veritable vehicles for peace and security in post-independence Nigeria. In Kefi, Nguse PV, NTA News.
And still from Kefi, focused strategy in the manufacturing sector should be enhanced for optimal production of goods and services for the consumers. That was the standpoint of stakeholders at the first international conference on real sector productivity organized by Department of Business Administration, Nasarawa State University, Kefi.
The Nigerian economy has continued to experience fragile growth and sluggish transformation due to low productivity and overdependence on importation. However, Nasarawa State University, Kefi, through the Department of Business Administration, in its quest to rejuvenate the real sector of the economy, brought together academics, economists, and entrepreneurs to brainstorm on ways to enhance real sector productivity. Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sile said the incessant demands for imported goods among Nigerians have been detrimental to the economic growth of the country.
And we have to make the sacrifice because maybe the people making the sacrifices today, they are making it for their children and grandchildren.
Indian High Commissioner to Nigeria, Shiv Balasubramania, and other speakers advocated for the efficient operations of market as an avenue for wealth creation.
The most important is the extension services which is required for any agricultural cooperative setup or individual farmers.
The sector has faced numerous challenges due to lack of attention to gross domestic product, GDP, high cost of production, underfunding and poor infrastructure. Across the whole world, the sector produces goods and services for local consumption.
Vice Chancellor Nasarawa State University, Kefi, Professor Suleiman Bala Mohammed, maintained that the institution will continue to provide platforms for wider cross-fertilization of ideas that will reinvigorate all sectors of the economy.
I therefore want, on behalf of the university, to extend our commendation to the Department of Business Administration and to urge them to please sustain this excellent academic tradition.
The theme for the conference is rejuvenating the real sector productivity in Nigeria. In Kefi, Christy Ayagwa, NTA News.
Now, 23rd September every year has been set aside to commemorate the International Sign Language Day. It is a day recognized by the United Nations to celebrate people with hearing or speech impairment. Ojiri Ogbaru Arutere tells us more on the significance of the Sign Language Day.
Language is said to be the vehicle for communication in every community. There are different types of languages all over the world. Among them is the sign language. Sign language is a unique way of communication through the use of signs and gestures among the deaf community. The declaration of 23rd September annually as Sign Language Day by the United Nations in 2018 was to support and protect the linguistic identity and cultural diversity of all deaf people and other sign language interpreters.
There are different dialects in sign language. So it depends on their location. So people in the East have their own special kind of sign language, different from people from the North. So the geographical area would define the kind of sign language they use. But the one that is mainly used in Nigeria by all, that is understood by all deaf in Nigeria, is Nigerian Sign Language.
The National President, Deaf Women Association of Nigeria, Helen Peyoku Alase, calls for the inclusion of sign language into the Nigerian school curriculum in order to break the long-existing communication barriers.
Inclusive society where sign language can be used, and also affirming the fact that sign language ought to be placed in the same level as every other language like English, Hausa, Yoruba, Hausa, or whatever language.
Some of the issues bothering the deaf community are the absence of sign language interpreters in major places like hospitals, schools, police stations, and the courts. The 2023 theme for World Sign Language Day is a world where deaf people everywhere can sign anywhere. In Abuja, Odiri Ogboru, Arutere, and TA News.
Thank you, Odiri. You're watching the news at 1 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. We're going on a short break now, but when we return, we're taking you straight to the communities. Please stay tuned.
Good evening. Glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me.
And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
We celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The Little Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Would say have a lovely day.
Thanks for staying tuned. Now, more rural communities in the Abuja Municipal Area Council have benefited from the resolve of AMAC Chairman Christopher Zaka Mekalongwu not to leave any word out of his infrastructure transformation. The AMAC Chairman reiterates his determination to close the yearning gap in rural development during the continuation of the project tour and inspection in Zone B and C of the Council. Gideon Yohana reported 18 projects across communities were in the highlights.
Starting with the vocational training and youth empowerment skill acquisition at Jiwa, where mammoths of vibrant youth are being taught the art of furniture making, the AMAC chairman had his monitoring team commended success it has recorded so far. It was all smiles and jubilations in communities where projects have been completed and some near completion, as the AMAC chairman and his monitoring team inspects construction and dualization of rural infrastructure being executed by his administration. In Gwagwa, the community benefited road and solar street light, a commitment that was replicated in Zona community, where 10,000 solar-powered borehole was constructed. The monitoring and evaluation team was also at Karimo Idugbagi, where a 2.3-kilometer road network was constructed, while Jiyita community of Jiwagbagwa joined the list of benefiting communities as they smiled at the installation of a 500 kVA by 33 transformer. Kagini, Ongon Akokori, amongst others, were not left out of the AMAC chairman intervention projects.
Please, you need to give way for development. If the community asks you to remove this attachment, you remove it, so that I will give you road here.
When you open shop, the doors we enter your shop. Today, no more doors again. Honorable, I appreciate you.
Showing my appreciation to you. God will bless you. God will bless your family.
Considering the investment of government in projects, the AMAC chairman calls on community leaders, ward heads and commuters to care for these projects through proper maintenance so that vandals don't cut away with them, thereby leaving them in the bad state they once lived before his administration's intervention. In Abuja, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
We're also rejoicing with benefiting communities. Now, let's look at other locations. Located not too far away from the Abuja city center, Apuri settlement is catching up to the city in terms of amenities and development. Asaba William was on ground to witness where residents appeal for more social amenities to enhance living conditions in the area.
Apo Legislative Zone E is a microcosm of diversity, a mix of cultures, traditions and lifestyles that Abuja is known for. Situated in the southeastern part of the larger Apo district, this zone is characterized by its harmonious blend of residential and commercial spaces, creating a dynamic environment that caters to the needs of its residents who nevertheless lament lack of water drainages, a crucial missing link.
Whenever it rains now, if you see here, nobody will even come out. Even our own place here, you will see the erosion will be coming as if it's river. I don't know. It rains now, everywhere will be flooded. This road, our yard, everywhere will be flooded.
The residential neighborhoods of Apo Legislative Zone E offer a range of housing options, from cozy apartments to spacious family homes. The layout is meticulously planned, ensuring to balance between the green spaces and built-up areas. Residents enjoy a sense of community while still being well connected to the city's amenities.
The only thing I can say, we need additional, because we need at least a general hospital, if it will be possible. As the settlement at large, we don't have something like this. We only have primary care, which is at Zone B, and also we also have secondary school and primary school as well. But I think the thing we needed right now, which the community, to help us a lot, is that general hospital.
Security as well. Yes, we also need security here too as well, because of it's a challenging thing. And then some few days I was robbed in my area, and it was really bad. So I think we need security here too as well.
We really need security in this community. I liking of it. And then light. The NEPA issue is another thing that everybody has been complaining about. As for this community, they are still like the NEPA. They used to bring the light sometimes, but it's not that frequently. So they're having light challenges. And sometimes all this street, they call them Babambola. So honestly, those people, they used to enter this community and they don't mean good to the community. Most of them, they are thieves. It's to take away some things.
Apo Resettlement Zone E is a balanced blend of residential and commercial spaces, reflecting the essence of Apo's diversity. In Abuja, Asabe Williams, NTA News.
Still on Apo, the resettlement area of the Federal Capital Territory has in recent time experienced an influx of people, new buildings, and a lot more into its environment. What could be the reason for this development? Well, Gideon Yohana visited the environment and brought back this report.
Apo Resettlement is a diverse mix of ethnicity, traditions, and lifestyles that Federal Capital Territory is known for and can be found in Apo Legislative Zone E of Apo Resettlement. Residents have, however, shared why the sudden movement into the environment in recent times, despite the present realities.
You have been hearing the name Apo, Apo, Apo. You'll be wondering, what's the community? Well, this is exactly the community. We have Garki Bagi, Garki Hausa, and Akmagia, and Apo. The only thing I can say, we need additional. We need at least a general hospital, if it will be possible. As the settlement at large, we don't have something like this. We only have primary health care, which is at Zombie.
Place is specially built for the indigenes of this town. It's a resettlement. Over time, we've been given the privilege to live around them, either by rent or buying of the houses. The expansion here, why people move here, is one, because of the accessibility to town. Secondly, talking about the area of power, light, it has been very good here, and as well as security.
Known for its harmonic fusion of residential and commercial spaces, producing a vibrant environment that caters for the requirements of its residents, a reason this sudden erection of building and movement to its environs.
I think I would say that we are enjoying some level of stable light here, because there is light here. A very nice area, and it's very, very safe. Like someone can easily be heading home around 10, 11, answering call, and he or she wouldn't be afraid of someone will come out and rob you. So Apo is quite safe and everything.
The people who are living here, they are our people. Despite I'm from Nasarawa State, but has been here for long, and be like they are brothers. Apo resettlement is very simplest place, and the resettlement is a place that if you are coming, you live comfortable. And everybody who is living in this nation is know that the Gbaji people, they are not troublemakers. Gbaji people are peacemakers. And if you are living with the Gbaji people, you'll be like you are living with your family.
Apo Zone E residents have continued to enjoy a sense of community while still being well connected to its city's amenities. The residential neighborhoods of Apo Legislative Zone E offer a range of housing options, from cozy apartments to spacious homes. The layout is meticulously planned, ensuring a balance between green spaces and built-up areas. In Abuja, Gideon Yohana, NTA News.
Away from Apo, now let's take you to a community under the Gwarinpa ward. Residents of Bian 1 community under Gwarinpa ward, Abuja Municipal Area Council, have decried the poor state of the roads in their community. They are pleading for intervention that will bring relief to motorists and other road users. Charity Zaka completes the report.
A good access road to any community helps improve economic and social activities, thereby adding to a better standard of living for indigenes and residents. It is to this effect that residents of Jai 1 community located in Gwarinpa under the Abuja Municipal Area Council are desirous of improved road condition.
As you pass into this community, you saw how our road is. You have to let government know that Jai here we are suffering for some things.
Road not there, but the Jai is okay.
The road is totally bad. It's because it has not rained there, else you wouldn't have been able to even walk this street. The road is totally bad, like the street road.
The road is just like this. But if it is well, we like it.
The road is not well tied. The road is not good. The road is bad. At least there are some social amenities that we're supposed to have at the community.
The village head of Jai Adamu Dogo, who lamented the plight of the community, noted that though there has been some sort of intervention, but more needs to be done.
Wannan da muke zama cikin Abuja da abubuwan da ake yi ana manta da mu a baya. Ya kamata ka ga
we Zai residents have roads that need repairs. With what is obtained in the city, we feel neglected and left out of the development plan. Considering the fact that we are one of the host communities of the capital city, we should enjoy good roads.
Jai community is economically viable due to its proximity to the city center, and residents believe more can be achieved in the area with immediate attention and support from the public and private sectors. Charity Zaka NTA News.
And it's with that report from Jahi community that we conclude from the territory this week. Please keep a date with us next week for another interesting report from the communities. I am Aisha Uba Ali. Good afternoon.